in your writing process, what are your strengths and weaknesses?
I would say my strengths as a writer are the ability to work from moment to moment, to find the opportunities and emotional pathways through scenes and the arc of the story, because I actually write chronologically. Not all writers do, I've come to find out, which blows my mind. But I need to be right in there with the characters, feeling what they're feeling, to know what's going to happen next, to know what should happen next. Because a lot of my writing is very instinctual as far as what this story should be. So honestly, I would say my weaknesses as a writer would be mechanical clockwork revelations, if that makes sense. So I don't think I ever could have written Memento. Maybe I could have, but I look at that kind of intricacy and artistry in the way something is put together, and I think, wow, you got to see a bird's eye view of that, and I just can't write from a bird's eye view. So yes, I would say my weaknesses as a writer are there's only a certain level of complexity that I can pull off, otherwise everything just falls apart.
Have you ever tried to do something to strengthen that?
I would say in my latest project, I'm trying to address that weakness by breaking the timeline up. I've created in the current project I'm doing, I've laid some traps for myself in a sense, and for the viewer, to where you think one thing is happening, but then you learn that actually something else has been happening, and then there's a second revelation and a third revelation, and it's been a lot of fun to write scenes that have 2 layers to them. And so to try to increase my strength in that area of creating a complex story that is therefore more emotionally satisfying, I'm trying to do that, to just create this cascade of revelations that still come to a narrative head and an emotional head, but to do it in a way that you don't expect.
Wouldn't you say that some of the complexities, though, would be something that you can master later on when you've wrote for a long time?
Complexities of plot and script
Yeah, like as in adding the different layers of complexity. That's kind of something that someone who has written more in their life, right? They would be better at, versus like a new screenwriter trying to add those complexities would be more difficult.
Yes, definitely. Trying to create a really, really complex, trapdoor-full kind of screenplay when you're first starting out is probably going to trip you up and probably going to make it really difficult to finish in the first place. But I would hope that that would then motivate you to study the movies that do that well, see how they do it, see if there's any kind of pattern you can follow, and then on your next time around, you should be able to do it at a higher level. And the longer you write screenplays, and the more you study film and study other stories that have been told, the more that whatever story's in you that's going to be that complex will be able to bubble to the surface, and then to be able to pull it off.